on Mountain News this morning. We have new details about a crash involving a Knox County deputy. And a wrestling club in Pike County is being displaced and families are asking for answers.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this October 21st. We're at 6:30 this morning, and it is time for a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. And Megan, with those chilly temps, it might be time to break out that winter coat, but we do have the 70s. They're coming back.
Yes, we do have a chance of seeing 70. Now, not everybody will see that 70-degree mark being hit today, but there are a few folks that are going to get close. So let's break down that temperature forecast for you this morning as we look towards Pike County this morning. Mid-50s, so a little bit warmer for the folks in Pike County. However, some folks a little bit chillier, seeing some 30s out and about. However, this afternoon will be on the warmer side. Yes, we do have those chances for 70. 71 is that forecast high for Louisa, Middlesboro, Monticello, and for Irvine. 73 is the forecast high for Somerset and Manchester. Normally this time of year we sit at that 67-degree mark. Now we are nice and clear from the rain this morning. However, we do see a slight chance for some scattered showers picking up between the hours of 8 a.m. to about 4 p.m. You can kind of just see where that rain is right now towards Cincinnati. That's what we're keeping our eyes on. Here's a look at that 12-hour forecast, Looking at those clouds this morning, that slight chance of rain, and then mostly sunny skies as we're finishing off the evening. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. We do have new details for you about a crash involving a Knox County deputy and a side-by-side. Kentucky State Police say they've presented their findings to a Knox County grand jury and are now awaiting a decision. That crash happened back in July when 21-year-old Todd St. John's was killed. State Police say the side-by-side was being pursued by a deputy on Southeast Business Drive near Corbin. Police have not given reasons as to why the deputy was trying to stop the side-by-side. Last week, a man in Perry County was arrested after he was accused of assaulting another person with a machete. Our Neely Green tells us what we know about this case.
On Thursday, the Perry County 911 Center received a call that a man reportedly assaulted another person with a machete. The incident happened on Main Street in the Vico community. After a bystander helped the victim wrap their arm, the Perry County Ambulance Services treated the victim on scene. Through further investigation, 60-year-old Patrick Clay Osborne of Vico was identified as the man with the machete. Osborne was taken to the Kentucky River Regional Jail on charges of menacing and first-degree assault. In Perry County, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
The Perry County Sheriff's Office says due to the severity of the injuries, the victim was flown out to receive treatment. In Floyd County, 2 people were arrested after they were accused of endangering the welfare of a child. On Friday, deputies were called to a home in Prestonsburg. The caller told them that Brett Blankenship was fighting with another man and that they could hear a child screaming in the background. A woman later showed up at the scene, identified as Jamie Blankenship. Officers say the home was in deplorable condition with holes in the floors and walls. A couple faces charges after their 4-year-old was found wandering the streets naked in Mingo County, West Virginia. That incident happening last week in the Williamson area. According to a criminal complaint, deputies took the child to the hospital where nurses found several bruises and marks on the body. The complaint says the child also had severe matting in their hair and was covered in feces. Kaylee Girardi and Zachary Johnson were both arrested. 2 people charged in a multi-million-dollar gold bar scam have been transferred to Kentucky to face federal charges. New video obtained by our sister station in Louisville shows the sting operation in Washington state that caught Antonio Pena and Brandy Durst. They're accused of stealing millions from unsuspecting victims. Police set up a sting after one couple lost nearly $1 million in gold coins. Pena and Durst were arrested after attempting another pickup of $500,000 in gold.
Go get the Prius. I'm smashing the window.
Their federal money launderings and wire fraud trials are set for early next year in Louisville. A man is dead in what officials say was a very rare incident in southern Kentucky. Officials in Lincoln County say a 67-year-old man was inadvertently shot in a hunting incident. Daniel Wilson later died at a hospital in Stanford. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more about what took place.
The coroner was called to Lincoln County's Ephraim McDowell Fort Logan Hospital Saturday night. A gunshot victim, 67-year-old Daniel Wilson, had died.
On a family property, he was there just kind of maybe scouting some deer or maybe looking at squirrel.
On the same property, there was a father and son taking part in a youth hunt.
Teenager shot at what he thought was a deer. He struck Mr. Wilson.
Wilson was shot in the leg, but his injuries proved deadly.
Of course, his injury did sever a major artery in his leg. There was a large amount of blood loss.
And Wilson's son tells me that when his father was teaching him how to hunt, it was always about safety. He says never shoot at anything unless you're 100% sure you know what it is. Markham says he's never been called to a deadly hunting accident in 16 years as coroner.
But a very tragic accident. I know the family personally.
Daniel Wilson is described by his family as loving the outdoors and loving the Lord with all of his heart, mind, soul, and strength. His son says he was a good teacher and would want to use what happened to him as a moment to teach others. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Now we are told Wilson's family is still working out funeral arrangements. A prosecutor wants to delay the upcoming trial for 3 men charged in connection with Amber Spradlin's death in Floyd County in 2023. In the motion filed by Commonwealth's attorney Brett Turner, he's asking for the trial to be delayed, saying that he learned DNA testing would not be complete in time. The trial date for Michael McKinney, MK McKinney, and Josh Mullins had been set for December 1st. The 3 men were scheduled to appear in court for a pretrial conference on Thursday. A wrestling club in Pike County is being displaced and families are asking for answers. The Warhawks Wrestling Club has operated in Pike County for more than 1 decade, bringing students grades K through 8 to the mat to learn and grow in and out of the gym. The club is not affiliated with the county school district, but has used the North Point Academy gym until this month, when families say they were informed the program is no longer welcome to use any gyms on school campuses. They say there's been no discussion about how to move forward.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a grudge match, if they're mad at somebody or what all's going on, but like the only people that are really hurting is just the kids. I mean, you know, the whole wrestling team. You're talking like 100 kids who come in here.
The club says it just wants answers and has not been able to get those from the district. And we did ask the superintendent for a statement, but have not yet heard back. Senior citizens in need are off the wait list after 6 weeks of not knowing where their next meal would come from. That fear came in early September after state funds for senior meal services dried up. Yesterday, the Beshear administration reallocated $9.1 million from an unused Medicaid study to restock those funds. State Senator Greg Elkins says he wrote several letters to the governor's office about the issue, but he believes the solution could have been found weeks ago.
I'm only frustrated that it took 6 weeks to fix it, and we allowed some of our seniors to worry for 6 weeks about where their next hot meal is going to come from, and I think we need to do better than that.
During the next fiscal session, the General Assembly is looking at a $305 million deficit. That means the Finance Cabinet will have to reevaluate variables like cost per meal and eligibility to ensure they don't run into this issue again. As for SNAP benefits, thousands of Kentuckians are at risk of losing food assistance in November if the shutdown continues. When the government shut down on October 1st, benefits were guaranteed to continue through the month. Funding is quickly running out, and it's unclear whether or not EBT cards will be loaded next month. Food pantries say they're bracing for impact, but are ready to help those in need if funding doesn't come through. In Hardin County, there's big plans taking off in Elizabethtown as leaders make some major upgrades to the regional airport. Some say Addington Field has been instrumental in helping E-Town grow into what it is today. However, the airport may have reached its limit, so officials are adding a new terminal, more hangar space, and expanding their runway in order to help the airport serve E-Town for decades to come.
We have a strategic plan to keep this airport viable, but not only viable, very effective for this region for the next 50 years. If we don't do it now and don't use this land that the mayor was able to buy, we may have to throw all this away.
Addington Field has been around since the 1980s. In Tennessee, free flu shots are being offered for Fight Flu Day today. Folks can go to any health department in that state. In Campbell County, people can go to the health department there at 162 Sharp and Perkins Road in Jacksboro. In Claiborne County, those wanting to get a free flu shot can go to 620 Davis Drive in New Tazewell. Both locations are open between 8 and 4:30. There's a special booth set up at Kentucky's oldest running festival this weekend, Mount Sterling Court Days in Montgomery County. Some boys are looking for others to join their newly reestablished Boy Scout troop. Troop 53 is in the rebuilding phase after folding during the pandemic. Just 4 members at the moment, but they're hoping for plenty more. The troops also need some financial help. They're fundraising for a trip to Camp McKee.
I think it's very important for young men to be able to be a part of the community and build a relationship with the community. I think it's just like to help get off like a couch, just watching TikTok or something.
So far, they've raised about $2,000, but are looking for other sponsors to help them reach their goals.
And we have still stayed clear from the rain this morning, just a little bit of fog, and for some folks, those cloud covers. Now, as you'll notice as we zoom out, that rain is being picked up towards Cincinnati. This system right here is what will be swinging through the region as we're heading through the next several hours, and we do have a slight chance of rain between 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 p.m. this afternoon. Now, as you keep your eyes out for those temperatures, this afternoon, we'll be looking at a mixture of the upper 60s and low 70s, which is about on par for this time of year, just a little bit warmer than average. But here's what you need to know for that bus stop forecast. Basically looking at some 40s and 50s off to school, but by the time you're heading home, those upper 60s will be out to play. Amelia.
Thanks so much for getting your day started with us at 6:42 on Mountain News this morning. Do you ever feel like staying in one place a little longer? There's a name for that. It's called slow travel. We have more about getting to know your vacation destination up ahead.
Travel for